This is gonna be very, very interesting.
Well, if you haven't already guessed and had any idea for what I'm doing for this review, then, fuck it. Well, if you haven't already guessed from the title, the teasers, and the whole bloody shouting thing, you're probably blind and deaf. Thankfully, I'm not here to study your imperfections and indifferences. Instead, I'm reviewing the 2011 Mortal Kombat, or MK9, for those of you who don't like the simple reboot. For those who don't know what Mortal Kombat is, let's recap. For a start, we got the Toasty Guy. Scorpion's infamous catchphrase, which I think everyone knows by now, because that's the trademark for the damn game. And, obviously enough, fatality.
Fatality, 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 fatality.
Well, now that you're refreshed with this bloodbath of a game, let's delve into Mortal Kombat. Now, for starting off this review, we're going to look into the plot. And as far as plot goes, it's good to know that never one have actually bothered to add a story. Unlike, I don't know, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. But I'm not going to delve into that because otherwise I'd be raging for half of this video. Anyway, the plot concerns Raiden, who is about to die by the hands of Shao Kahn. Nope! No. Anyway, Raiden sends a message to his past self telling him to find a way to stop Kahn. Don't. Anyway, as far as the story goes, it's... how can I put this? Well, it's better than the movies. And obviously that's not really saying much considering MK Annihilation is the worst movie I've probably ever had to put myself through. Granted, it's cheesy, half the fights serve no purpose whatsoever. However, I don't know, I still found some satisfaction to it. I mean, it's just too much fun. I can't even bother to talk about it. I still had fun kicking ass against all these fighters with all these characters, and the cutscenes are pretty B-movie, but it's good B-movie. Arnie good.
Yeah! Stick around.
You one ugly motherfucker.
Now, we are going to move on to the next section of this review, the graphics. Now to the graphics, and as far as graphics go, I think Mortal Kombat has some of the best graphics in a fighting game I've ever seen.
It's all bullshit!
Wrong, Arnie. You are dead wrong. The fighters all look great, and although some of the outfits are kind of bland, such as Shiva's outfit, which is pretty much just a bikini, and all she has is this weird crazy hairdo and forearms. Others, though, like Scorpion's, are really well designed and deserve some merit as they are really authentic and interesting. Some of the, you also got the backgrounds in the stages, which are also great. You can also do stage fatalities, which are only applied to some of the stages. I think it's about half-ish. So you can put in a certain input and you can uppercut a guy into the pit of spikes below, or you can dump a guy on the street and a car can run him over. Some of the backgrounds, though, are pretty disturbing, like the forest level. I mean, buckballs. I mean, this is crazy. They've got faces. The trees have got faces, and the vines are hanging the guys, and the trees eat you. Puppy! As I was saying, the backgrounds are fantastic, and so much is happening on screen that's kind of hard to focus on the battle when, oh, I don't know, a dragon is fighting a helicopter. Obviously. Now moving on to the sound. Now to the sound design. Mortal Kombat also has great and magnificent sound design. The music during fights is great and varies with the stages and the mood. The city stages, for example, are upbeat and techno, and they're really good and they're really fun to play on. While the Shang Tsung throne level, for example, is more serious and a bit more moody. The character special moves also have nice sound effects to go along with them. For example, Katana's fans have a nice whoosh to it, and the aforementioned spear.
Get over here!
That spear's really good, I'll tell you that. The new X-ray attacks, which I'll talk about soon, I'm pretty sure you've already seen like 1,000 times, are freaking brutal. And the sound design complements it perfectly. Cracked skulls, broken ribs, shattered spines, they all sound so right and wrong at the same time. Strange, I know. Now to the biggest part of this review, the gameplay. Now to the gameplay, which is definitely the biggest part of this entire review. Where do I begin with this bit?
Start at the beginning.
Thanks. But what do I do? Where do I end?
And when you come to the end, stop.
Thank you, Mad Hat. I was stuck in a jam and you helped me out. Okay then, each limb is attached to a button, so kicks and punches are easy to identify. Combos are easy to string together, and longer strings require strategy and timing to pull off. You also have a little bar meter in the corner, which helps in different ways. One bar meter, for example, will do a enhanced version of an attack. For example, Scorpion Spear will double the damage by throwing 2 spears out. 2 bars allows a combo break, which is probably the most useful for pro players, as it gets them out of a jam when they're in a long string against their opponents, because in tournaments, combos are, they know how to pull off infinite strings with some characters, so it's good to know that they have it there. 3 bars allows the aforementioned X-ray attack, and holy balls, these are brutal. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've seen something that brutal. I take back what I said, I rest my case. Mortal Kombat's strongest point is definitely in its replay value. With all these fighters on offer, which is about 32 in total, it's fun finding a character to choose and that suits your preferences. There's also tag matches and arcade ladder modes, which start off from the bottom and you work your way to the top, and where you fight each combatant with a K, I know, it kinda goes on with that, to the top until you verse Shao Kahn. Okay. You see, I don't like you interrupting my review, so don't try me, and yeah, it really isn't worth it, so you good? And I think now is the best time to rant as any. Here we go. Shao Kahn. Okay, you are really pushing it here, mate. Really pushing it. Anyway, he who must not be named has to be the cheapest asshole I have ever had to verse in a fighting game, or any game for that matter. He's even cheaper than a freaking noob spammer, and that's saying something. He seems to have armor on every attack and has unblockable projectiles and attacks. Can you just imagine that for a minute? Do you know how hard that is? And especially on expert, on arcade ladders? It's mind-blowing. It's really annoying. Moving away from that though, you also have a 300 level challenge tower, which is insanely fun and, for a lack of a better term, challenging. Yeah, I'm sorry. And I also can't do it with cape because that would totally stuff up the grammar and the word for it.
I dare you to try and say it. Just try it. Challenging? Whatever. I don't give a shit.
When you play through the game, you'll also collect coins from doing combos and completing battles. You can use these combos, you can use these coins in the crypt with a K. I'm sorry, I know it goes on forever. To unlock costumes with a K and concept art with a K. I know. Okay, now we finally get to talk about the fatalities, and holy Jesus on a fucking bicycle! Well, now you can probably understand why parents are trying to hide this game away from their children. Except not from me. Personal favorites of mine, if I had to do a top 3, I'd probably say the number 1 will be the Sub-Zero Spine and Head Rip for nostalgia purposes. I played the first MK and that was like the first fatality I could pull off. I was just like, it's a girl. The second one will probably have to be Shiva bitch slapping the opponent with his own arms or his or her own arms and then proceeding to clap with their arms. It's just rubbing it in, but it's so funny.
Shiva wins. Fatality.
And of course, I can't just do this fatality thing without talking about the wishbone. Just gonna show you it.
New Cybot wins.
It's brutal. no doubt about it. The multiplayer offerings are also fun and great way to entertain yourself after the single player stuff. You have standard 1v1s and tag battles, which you can also do with a friend. If you have 4 controllers, you can verse in tag battles, which is good fun. There's King of the Hill as well, which is from Injustice, but it came from this first. So, like I said in my Injustice review, there's a king, and you try and knock him off by battling him once you get to versing him, and if you knock him down, you take his spot, and people try to take you down until whatever happens. Unfortunately, there's a bit of a problem. Now I'm just gonna say it. The multiplayer servers are horrible, and that can probably be because, well, yeah, I came to this game 2 years after the game was released. Just 2 years, okay? So you can sort of understand that the popularity of the game might just go a little bit down. So, I mean, it's been 2 years, and Australia only just got it here today. So, I mean, not today, this year. So, I can understand that, but it took me almost an hour to get a match this one time. Or not, I was so pumped to get a match, and then it just disconnected once I got into character select. I was just so pissed at that. Also, even if I got into a match, half of them were littered with spammers, and although in Injustice, it's a bit fairer considering not every character has it, but some of them, like Bane, have the ability to counter it with some of their moves and their abilities, which will allow to give him armor or stuff like that. In Mortal Kombat, though, every character has a projectile, so the problem is that people will, whatever they're going to choose, is just going to choose the one guy with the most projectile attacks, and that's who they're going to pick. So it's going to be like just Scorpion spammers, noob spammers, and Sub-Zero stuff, and it's really disappointing. But other than that, I really enjoyed the multiplayer because all the other players that I versed, besides the spammers, besides the other ones, it was good. It was good fun. They were playing fair. I lost a couple matches, and I was just like, okay, you guys are good. I can accept that. It was pretty difficult, but again, I had played this for like a couple days, and once I got into it, I was just freaking out because everyone was better than me. So it's a shame, but you know, you just have to get over it. And now to my verdict of Mortal Kombat 9. So now to my verdict of Mortal Kombat 9. Personally, Mortal Kombat is an amazing fighting game. Definitely one of the best in the last couple of years. It's welcoming for newcomers and definitely provides a great amount of depth for pro players as it has also been in Pro League tournaments such as EVO. MK also achieves amazing sound designs and graphical features that you would expect in a technical fighting game such as Soul Calibur or Tekken. Mortal Kombat is easily the best, MK9 is easily the best in the series, and for those reasons, it easily deserves a 9 out of 10. So, thank you for watching this MK9 review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, a favourite, and comment in the comments below about your favourite fatality, X-ray, or character. I also appreciate the amount of suggestions you guys have been giving me. I've also been getting suggestions from friends on movies and games I should be reviewing. It's been a difficult couple of weeks. It's been about 2 months since I uploaded my last video, and I was taking a hiatus from videos, so yeah, I am sorry for that, but it's crazy. My work has just been work for the last 6 weeks. It's gonna be 7 weeks in a minute, in tomorrow, but it's been difficult for a while, but I'm trying to do this as best as I can. Whenever I get free time, I'll always work on these, so I appreciate you guys watching them. I also appreciate the subscribers. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna try a movie. I don't know what it is yet, but I bought a whole crap ton of movies over the holidays, and I just bought a couple last week, so I don't know what I'm gonna review, but it's probably gonna be either a Martin Scorsese flick, so The Departed probably, or maybe Raging Bull if I get the chance, or maybe a Tom Hanks movie. I don't know which one. I've got Saving Private Ryan and Forrest Gump, so might be one of those, but I'm not promising anything, but I will try and get a review out in the next 2 weeks if I can, maybe even 3. So in that gap I will try and put some gaming vids in if I can, but no promises, unfortunately. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This is Smithy signing out.